How we doing, college life? It is me, Peter. Welcome to my kitchen. It is the Sunday before you start one of the weirdest and strangest quarters of your life. And just know that you all have been on my mind and in my prayers as you prepare to navigate this very strange reality. And I want you to know that we've been pretty hard at work the last few weeks getting this quarter set up for you to hopefully flourish. We've been recording podcasts and getting you into groups, and we promised you that we'd give you some structure for how to deal with this quarter and hopefully grow in your own personal spiritual habits with God. And that's why I'm here, is explaining what this structure is going to look like. And I feel really excited about this because with, normal schedules and rhythms sort of thrown out the window, you're not getting up to go to class, there's no Tuesday nights, there's no prayer group, no lunch bunch. It's going to be important for you to find a rhythm that brings you joy and brings you life in the season rather than just being void and lifeless. So we hope that what we're about to say can be a big part of that and hopefully give you lots of joy and help you grow with God in this very tricky season. And so, again, we hope that this daily spending intentional time with your Father, that He will bless you and He will make you more aware of His presence in your life and more aware that He's walking with you even in this strange time. And so here's our plan for college life homies flourishing during the coronavirus. Okay, so this is a Monday through Saturday plan. We're going to follow a similar pattern all quarter. And it starts with Scripture. I didn't know which way it would show up on the video, so you get both. So the first one is Scripture. Spending time hearing from our Father from His Word, and the Scriptures are awesome. They can be confusing, they can be boring, but they are meant to be the frame with which we see all of reality. So we're going to read it, and this is how we're going to read it. We are going to read it with the Moravian freaking Daily Texts. Okay, this is the most powerful book that I own other than the Scriptures. And let me show you a little bit about how the Moravian texts work. Okay, so every day there is a scripture reading that you can see at the top. A little bit of the Old Testament, we're going to start at Genesis 1. A little bit of the New Testament, we're going to start at Matthew 1. And a little bit of a psalm, we're going to start at Psalm 1. And you might be thinking, well, anyone can do a reading plan. Why are we following this little book? But what's so great about this little book is it's not just a reading plan, but it also gives you these other things. Okay, so the top here is called the watchword. And it's just one little verse that is meant to be sort of something that you keep in your back pocket as just an encouragement, something to get you through the day, give you hope, give you life. And then the rest of this is all sort of themed by the watchword. And so these two things are hymns, two little bits of a hymn. That's my favorite part. Sometimes I turn them into a prayer. And this is a doctrinal statement that relates to the watchword and just say this is something that's true of the Christian life. And then this is a prayer. And often what I'll do with the prayer is I'll just read it and that's it. Or I will read it and then I'll turn it into my own prayer. I want to tell you what I do often with the scripture reading. And so there's three different parts. Like I said, there's Old Testament, Psalm, and the New Testament. And sometimes I read all of them in one fell swoop, and sometimes I leave the psalm for the very end of the day or the middle of the day, but that's what it's going to be. And it's really, really good to get three different parts of Scripture in your brain so you're not just stuck in one text for months and months and months. And so really excited about that, and that is how we're going to do it. And every day I will put up the Moravian Daily Text for the day. And so it'll always be there on Slack for you in the morning, ready for you to use it. So that's step one. We're going to be reading Scripture together. And step two is prayer. See that? And here's how we're going to pray. Prayer is difficult for many different reasons. And one of them is that we don't always know what to pray about. And so what we're going to be doing this quarter is every day of the week is going to correspond to a prayer topic that we're going to pray every single week. So Mondays will be a prayer of expectation for the week and hope for the week. Tuesdays will be something different, and Wednesdays will be something different, and Thursdays, and so on. And the hope is that we will start to train our hearts to see the different things and talk to God about the different things of our life that actually makes up the entirety of our life. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes when I pray, I get stuck into similar modes and similar rhythms every single time. And so Miriam has written up some guides on each prayer topic, so you will be well guided through all of that. So that's how we're going to pray. And the third thing we're going to do is we're going to do a weekly challenge, okay? A weekly challenge. So the first two things, the prayer and the scripture, are sort of supposed to be a daily thing, Monday through Saturday. But we wanted to also have a different scale for our faithfulness. And so we wanted to have these weekly challenges where it'll be something manageable, doable, that is just sort of a faithfulness challenge and something that we can do to put on this new life of God, to live into obedience to our King And hopefully we can be interacting with each other as we do that. And hopefully it just gives new life to our lives and the people around us. We can start to be salt and light in this hard time. And so you will find out the first one of those tomorrow, so stay tuned. And that's it. We're going to have scripture, we're going to have prayer, we're going to have the weekly challenge, and we're going to be doing that this quarter. And hopefully we think that might be the trellis on which we can grow on and actually flourish this quarter. And you might be thinking, well, how in the world am I going to keep track of all this? Well, have no fear, because we are just going to add a Slack channel, and you don't even get a choice. We're just going to add you all to it, and it is going to be called Father Time, because it is good to spend time with the Father. And it is our deep, deep, deep hope and prayer that this would actually be a season where you would feel your Father shepherding you and loving you and caring for you through a trying time and through a confusing time. And He is real, He is present, and He is ready to meet with you. And it all starts tomorrow. Love you all, miss you all, praying for you guys. Bye-bye.